Bleh. Great start. The typhoon passed through Honshu that evening. It's perfect outside, almost like nothing ever happened. The sky is clear and blue.
Tadaima.
As soon as I get to my bedroom, I plop down on my bed. I'd love to lie down, but I know I'll crash if I do, so I resist the urge. Last night, Akiho rescued me from the tower in the middle of the typhoon. It wasn't long before her dad, mine, and a bunch of folks from the area popped up. It was a big deal. The two of us were safely brought down, and after being put on an IV at the hospital, I got to go home the next day. In the afternoon, I'm supposed to visit the neighbors with my family to thank them and apologize for the trouble. But since I was dying to get report number 2, in more ways than one, I made a beeline for Uchigaoka Park first thing that morning. My hard work paid off. The trigger for the dome switch was activated properly. All that was left was to clear the go-kart course in under 30 seconds and report the record via Iruo geotag. Easy peasy. I just went to the go-kart area, wrote a fake record into the geotag there, and voila. The problem came after all of that. After activating all the triggers, the Kimijima report number 2 most definitely appeared somewhere. But since I had no clue where that somewhere was, I had to search the park high and low with the tablet in hand. I finally ended up finding it at the tip of the H2 rocket monument located at the park entrance. I never would have thought it would be in such an obvious place. Kind of feel like I've been played. Granted, according to Gejine, all of the triggers have to be unlocked for an AR annotation to appear. Fortunately for me, that means that report number 2 is now safe inside my phone droid. And that also explains why Airi, who is attached to the reports, is currently in my room. There. It's her favorite thing to do. There she is. My loud childhood friend comes storming into my room. Though I guess I have no right to complain about that. Especially considering I always barge into her room. Rutro, she's pissed. Rutro. And now I have to fix my hair before doing the rounds. Akio turns away, offended. I really want to avoid letting my friends in on this report stuff. It's sketchy and I don't want them involved. Juna's the only one who does know, and she's only aware of report number 1. I'm not telling her about the rest. He is capable of gratitude. Unbelievable.
一心同体なんだから。うちだって何度もカイに助けられてきたし、お互い様でしょ。
She's right. Ever since we got diagnosed with elephant mouse syndrome, we've been helping each other. We basically do everything together. When one of us is having an attack, the other looks after them. While I consider myself Akio's guardian of sorts, she always saves my butt when I have an attack.
そう言ってもらえると助かるよ。
でもあんまり単独行動しないこと。昨日だって探すの大変だったんだから。
なるべく努力するよ。
あと隠し事も禁止。
はいはい。
I can't promise her that. I want to locate the rest of the Kimijima reports on my own, if possible.
ねえ、カイ。昨日台風なのにあの鉄塔に登ったのも欲しいものがあったから。
まあね。でもそれが何なのかは教えてあげない。
No, I just did it for the hell of it. What an oddly phrased question.
お兄ちゃんもアキホも喧嘩はやめてください。こういう時は天気予報を聞いてゆったりしましょう。
Akio is clearly dumbfounded by Irie's voice. He looks around the room in a panic.
今日8月1日の沖縄県与那国島地方のお天気は南の風、晴れでしょう。沖縄県石垣島地方のお天気は南の風、晴れでしょう。カイ、女の子の声が聞こえるよ。
愛梨ちゃんがいるからね。
いるってどこに？
ここに。
愛梨って幽霊だったんだ。
俺が一通り説明するの
Not quite.
愛梨ちゃんさ、アキちゃんに何がどうなってるか話してあげてくれない？
でもお兄ちゃん、天気予報が聞きたいって。
そんなの後でいいから。ちなみに愛梨ちゃんは屋内じゃ何にも見えないらしいからアキちゃん悪いけど外で話聞いてきてくれる？
え？
外に出てイルを起動すればわかるよ。
わかった。
Akio's about to exit the room, a puzzled look on her face.
それとカイ、今日は部活休んでもいいからちゃんと休むこと。わかった？じゃあノッチよ。
Akio departs.
じゃあお言葉に甘えて。
After I do the rounds, I'll just chill for the rest of the day. I'll have plenty of time to read Kimijima Report number 2 after that. I get the feeling things have gotten hotter since the typhoon passed through. I wipe the sweat off my cheeks and sit in the middle of the runway. Akio should be in the middle of building her robot in the hangar, supposedly. I didn't hear the details of what specific work she was doing, but yeah. Either way, I'm going to be staying far away from all of that. Akio and Subaru can handle it. My back is still sore from my metal tower adventure, so I'd prefer to have stayed home and played KB. But I still gotta read Kimijima Report number 2. Since yesterday, I've had mixed feelings about it. I want to read it, but there's part of me that would prefer to stay ignorant.
しょうがない。見ますよ。
I make sure and confirm that nobody is around before opening up my phone droid. The secret organization that put pressure on NASA is made of only 300 people who control the world from behind the scenes. Their existence is said to be a mere rumor, but let me be perfectly clear. The Committee of 300, the Invisible Rulers, exists. The Committee of 300 consists among governments, organizations, police, military, nobility, and banks from all over the world. They control all the necessary mediums to construct a society, including, of course, NASA. And yes, they were behind the covering up of the Ulysses project. It was a piece of cake for them to edit the official statements from NASA. In 1994, there was big news when the Tavistock Institute and NASA announced a joint project, And yes, Tavistock is controlled by the Committee of 300 and is known as a brainwashing institute. According to official documents, Tavistock is connected to organizations in multiple countries and broadcasts propaganda every day. As I said, they focus on brainwashing, but it is impossible to tell because the brain isn't aware of when it is being brainwashed. Suddenly, it becomes a slave of the One World Order. This is the committee's goal. Few people in the world know about the Human Ranch Project. It exists and is still in progress. Most likely, a prototype version of the project is being tested all over the world. The experiment is secretly and certainly ongoing. It is not somebody else's program. Beware of Kagome Kagome. Oh no. The song is like a symbol to them. Wherever they experiment, the song will certainly be heard. That's concerning. The Human Ranch Project has been the sole goal of the Committee of 300 for over 100 years. They wish to shrink the world's population to about 1 billion people. It is currently 6 billion in 2009, and make them slaves that serve the elite until they die. It is their revolution toward one world order. The billion people who will be used as slaves will not realize they are enslaved due to propaganda. Rather, they might even thank us, or thank their rulers, not us. What? I created Irie to investigate the activity of the Committee of 300. A bot that collects any kind of information that is related to the keywords Committee of 300. Recently, there has been an abnormal amount of feedback from the Shibuya area. That earthquake could have been one of their experiments too. It is questionable if I will live to analyze that collected information. Oh boy. Oh boy. And just like that, my throat is bone dry. I gulp in an attempt to relieve the pain. The Committee of 300, the Tavistock Institute, the Human Ranch Project. All of this nonsensical conspiracy theory humbo jumbo. I've never heard of humbo jumbo. Means nothing to me. It's unrealistic. I can't say I'm remotely interested in any of it. There's one particular bit here that draws my attention. Kagome Kagome, that's the one! Those words popped up randomly in the middle of this mess. And it's because of them that I can't just dismiss this report as conspiracy nonsense. I literally just heard that nursery rhyme the day before yesterday. In that creepy room on the first floor of Town Hall, there was a cassette there with Kagome Kagome report recorded on it. It's as if the Ko Kimijima of 10 years ago is reading my mind.
Yare yare.
What the hell is up with Kagome Kagome? Did the Committee of 300 put pressure on worldwide phone droid distributors so they could pre-install that ringtone? And then they went through all the trouble of making that weird call at once? Pretty tame as far as propaganda goes, and I certainly don't feel like I've been brainwashed. I mean, that's kind of the point of brainwashing, is it not? What exactly is the perpetrator's goal?
Kagome Kagome について詳しいのは純ちゃんか。
Plus, Irie, or I guess Gejine, is supposedly a bot that auto-searches for the term Committee of 300.
愛理ちゃんいる?
There's a slight delay between when I call for her and when she appears. Oh my god, I thought she was gonna come in from the side, she came in from the bottom.
お天気ですか？お天気知りたいですか？
別に。
This, I swear, the whole weather report thing, her like obsession with giving weather reports, that's gonna be a thing. That's gonna come into play at some point. It's gonna be like code or something. It's honestly kind of weird that she responds to me so quickly. Does that mean she's always wandering around nearby? She can move about freely within a 109.3 meter radius of my phone droid, so it'd be nice if she ventured out a bit. I guess it's not like she's physically close or far. Maybe she can reply quickly regardless of where she is. At any rate, as long as I don't have Iruo running, she won't talk to me. It's not that bad. Imagine having friends you can just turn off. I tap on Irie to summon Gejine. Boop.
ゲジネモードに移行します。
300人委員会について教えてよ。
エラー。ヤシオさんにはその情報にアクセスする権限は与えられていません。
I hit her straight on, but she immediately shoots me down.
アクセスする場合にはマスターの許可をお取りください。
That's gonna be difficult.
マスターはもういないじゃないか。
ログイン許可を取ったフォンドロイドのみがアクセスできます。
全く何にも教えてくれないわけ。
300人委員会の実態については未だ謎に包まれています。詳細はゲジネーでも把握できていません。
メンバーは誰かとかわかる？
末席については入れ替わりは頻繁に起きているとゲジネーは推測します。ただしこれは自称300人委員会のメンバーが多すぎることに起因した誤った認識である可能性もあります。
自称してる人ってそんなにいるの？
世界中に
I mean, that makes sense.
具体的には誰が自称してるかわかる？
これ以上の情報公開についてはマスターの許可をお取りください。
肝心なところがわからないんじゃな。
I've got nothing to go on here.
最近思うんだけどさ、ゲジネってあんまり使えないね。
申し訳ありません。ですがゲジネはヤシオさんの役に立つことよりもマスターの指示に忠実であることを重視しています。
Fair enough. Fine.
ゲジネを終了します。お兄ちゃん、今日はこの後どこに行くんですか？
その辺を散歩しておいで。
After casually brushing off Irie, I close Iro. If I can't get anything useful out of Gejine, I'll consult with our resident urban legend maniac. I'm just gonna make sure to keep the reports on the hush. Unfortunately, said expert Juna is nowhere to be found. She's usually on the runway practicing a kata or whatever. Is she in the hangar? I'll give her a ring.
大徳純奈をコール。
ヤシオくん、どうしたの？
今どこ？
車庫だよ。車庫じゃなくてハンガーだよ。あ、
You can tell because of the giant
ごめん。
robot in the background. Giant hunk of metal.
ハンガー。
滑走路にいるからちょっと来てくれない？それとも忙しい？
ちょっと。
I also love how she went out of her way to correct herself. Oh, so Akio finally gave Juna a job she can do.
かい、話があるならそっちが来ればいいでしょ。すぐ近くなんだから。
まあいいや。ちょっと話したいから手が空いたら来てよ。待ってるから。
Akio's not wrong, but I don't want the others hearing our conversation. After about 15 minutes, Juna comes jogging out to the runway.
お待たせ。ゲームしてないヤシオくんなんて、珍しいね。
俺としても不本意だよ。できればゲームのことだけ考えて日々暮らしていきたい。で、呼び出して問題なかった？
うん。一段落ついたから。
何してたの？
マフラー作ってた。
マフラー？このクソ暑い時期に？ああ、わかった。昔ミサ姉たちがよくやってた夏マフラー。
When Misane was a high schooler, there was a fad where folks would wear scarves in the summer and red scooters. Misane said it got popular because it was cute, whatever that means.
そのブームをもう一度。
Yes, heat stroke is very adorable. I couldn't agree more.
じゃなくて、1号機くんのマフラー。
Oh yeah, it needs a scarf to look like the
あれか。
gun barrel robot. Gun barrel's long scarf is iconic, or is it actually a pair of wings? Something else entirely? I have no clue. Akio mentioned a while back that she wasn't sure if we had the budget for a scarf, but I guess it worked out.
でもロボのマフラーってでかくない？
だから大きな布をたくさん縫い合わせるんだけど、
It's kind of awesome, actually.
私がやらせてもらってるんだ。
純ちゃんって体育会系だからそういう作業は苦手だと思ってたけど。
そんなことないよ。うちって女は私一人だから、そういう家事とか全部やってるんだ。だから裁縫だって得意だよ。
Huh, well, color me surprised. Either way, I'm glad she has something to do now. She had an abundance of free time before.
それで
Pot? Cattle.
話って？
カゴメのこともっと詳しく教えてほしいんだけど。
Juna immediately seems to understand what I'm getting at. Her cheeks are looking a little flushed.
この前の事件のことだよね。結構私もびっくりした。でもそのニュースとか見ると原因わからないみたい。
一斉にかかってきた電話の前にも純ちゃんはカゴメのことを話題にしてたよね。
歌詞が緊急地震速報みたいに一斉に届くってやつ？でもそれだって誰が送っているのかわからないままだし。
なんでカゴメなんだと思う？
それは例えばカゴメってね、カゴの目っていう意味なんだけど、そのカゴの目がね、六芒星を指してるんじゃないかみたいな話があって。
六芒星？
うん、ダビデの星。ここからいろいろ連想していくとね、カゴメはイルミナティの暗号文じゃないかって説があったりするけど。
This is just conspiracy central. I love it.
200年以上前にあったっていう秘密結社。
悪い奴らなの？
陰謀論だと黒幕にされることが多いみたいだけど、詳しいことは誰も知らないから。
そのイルミナティとカゴメは実際関連あると思う？都市伝説マニアの純ちゃんの意見は？
あくまで都市伝説だし、あんまり信憑性はないんじゃないかな。ごめんね、自信ない説例えで出しちゃって。
Considering Kagome is a Japanese nursery rhyme, trying to connect it with the Illuminati is a reach. I get it.
じゃあ300人委員会って知ってる
？300人委員会。
It looks like something's clicked.
聞いたことある。
本当？どんな話？
そこまで詳しくは私も知らないんだけど、10年くらい前に東京の渋谷で地震起きたの知ってる
？Shibuya. Shibuya was mentioned by name in report number 2. Could this really be a coincidence?
渋谷地震のこと？
うん。
Whenever people talk about it, they always have to bring up the various conspiracy theories around it. I get why. Everything about it was strange. Shibuya was devastated, but everything around it was just fine. It was almost like it was directed specifically at Shibuya and only Shibuya. Impossible, right?
あれ、もしかして地震っていうか天才じゃないんじゃないかっていう噂あって。
天才じゃないなら人為的ってこと？
ブラックホール爆弾を使ったとか、地震兵器とか、電磁波攻撃とか、そもそも渋谷崩壊は偽装だったとか、いろいろ説はあるんだけど、それの黒幕が300人委員会じゃないかってネットだと言われてて。
黒幕か。
Sounds like a lazy way of explaining things. People love pretending that there's some super secret society pulling the strings on the world. It's an easy scapegoat for whenever something happens. As long as they're the bad guys, people don't have to sweat the deets. But what Juno was saying does match up with the Kimijima reports.
旅ストック研究所は？
それは聞いたことないかな。
そっか、純ちゃんに聞けばわかると思ったんだけど。
ヤシオくん、私のこと買いかぶりすぎだよ。それに私、陰謀系はそんなに詳しくないし。
いや、十分詳しいと思うよ。
Hell, she gave me more to work with than Irie did.
どうして急に私にそんな質問を？もしかして君島レポート？2つ目を見つけたとか。
She's sharp as a tack. Or I'm just way too obvious. It's a little both.
それ以上知りたいなら、純ちゃんは俺と勝負して勝つ必要がある。
Oh my god, this guy.
教えてくれないんだ。
興味あっ
I don't know why that gets me every time, but it's just so off.
少しカゴメについては身近なことだから気になってるし。
俺もそれが気になったから調べてるだけだよ。さてと、ドリンクでも買ってくるかな。
This is my way of ending the conversation and making sure Juna can't continue it further. I feel bad about confusing her, but I really want to avoid mentioning the reports to people if I can. I jack up the giant servo motor with the engine crane. It's hydraulic, so even a weak girl like me can lift up a 100-kilogram motor easy peasy. By the way, according to the previous president, this crane was rented from Kamada Motors about 5 years ago. They never asked us to return it, so it's just been hanging around the hangar the whole time. The motor itself is a Robot Clinic original. We got it delivered to us yesterday. It's a super sluggish motor that's been optimized specifically for torque, since Gunbuild 1 is so massive. That said, Doc told me that he had made it on the cheap, so its durability is kinda up in the air. Maybe we should have accepted Jax's help after all. We're all jacked up. The massive servo motor is about 30 centimeters off the ground. I'm planning on moving the crane from here to Gunbuild 1's lower body. This servo motor is going to be the knee joint for the unfinished left leg. The problem is, it's going to take a whole lot of effort to move this crane all the way over there. I look around. No one else is here. June was here sewing together the scarf a second ago, but she went outside to talk to Kai. There's a lot of heavy lifting in our future, so we gotta work together. Not that they seem to care at all. Maybe I should act like a president for once and give them real stern what for.
Ohayo!
Oh! Hello! Tanoji-san pokes her head in through the hangar entrance. She's waving to me with a smile on her face.
Domo.
When I get up to greet her, she responds by giving me a hug like it's no big deal.
Ooh.
I have no idea how to react to her sudden kindness. Tanoji-san smells ever so slightly of sweat,
ちゃん一人ですか？他の子たちは？
Tenoji-san steps back and surveys the hangar. Akiho-chan? Feels kind of weird being called that out of nowhere, but I don't hate it.
みんなあんまり協調性ないんです。うちがどれだけ呼びかけても集まり悪いし。なぜだ。
Then I remember his words. I smoothly whip out my glasses and place them over my eyes, like always. Whoosh. I've become him.
坊やだからさ。
Tenoji-san looks confused. How can she proclaim to want to support bipedal robot research when she doesn't even know who he is?
のおじさん、ロボットアニメとか見てました？怒らせちゃいました。3倍早いとか反応すればよかったですか？なんだ、知ってるんですね。だったらリアクションしてくださいよ。自分でネタ振りして自分で答えるなんて、あきほちゃんはなかなか面白い芸を持ってるんですね。
I had a hunch when I met her for the first time, but Tenoji-san can spit pure acid with a smile.
私ね、実家は東京の秋葉原にすごく近いんですよ。まだ私が小さい頃ですけど、ガンバムカフェっていう喫茶店もあったし、お台場に実物大のガンバムも見に行ったんですから。
I'm so jealous. Crap, I almost drooled for a sec.
この前の件の続きを話しに来たんですけど、やっぱり考えは変わりませんか？変わりません。
Tenoji-san glances over at Gunbuild 1 lying in the hangar.
どうしてもこのロボにこだわりたいんですね。はい、歴代ロボ部員たちの血と汗と涙の結晶ですから。え？血？
Oh my god.
あ、いや、血は嘘です。
Just a phrase. I really didn't think she'd latch onto that.
例えば、その1号機をさらに改良してより完成度の高いものへバージョンアップするみたいな考え方はどうです？今の段階でも最初の設計図からはだいぶ違っちゃってるんです。自分で分かってるつもりですよ。ガンツク1はいびつなロボだって。例えるなら増築に増築を重ねた家っていうか、ジュンはヴィンチェスターミステリーハウスみたいって言ってたけど、
It's a mansion with so many extensions that it's lost its function as a house and become more of a maze. Gunbuild 1 is no different.
あんまり計画的に作ってこられなかったから、そういう意味じゃかわいそうなことをしちゃったなって。
We had a tight budget, so we made do with whatever parts we could get our hands on. We're just high schoolers. And with our limited knowledge, we tried to make a walking robot, and it ended up totally different from the OG design.
だからこれ以上はもう手を加えたくないです。
Because despite how much it's been altered, Gunbuild 1 still has the DNA of the original Gunbuild project. 9 years worth of passion resides inside of that metal exterior.
この子を完成させることが部長になったうちの役目だし、うちの夢でもあるんです。昔と今とでは巨大二足歩行ロボットに対する状況はだいぶ変わりました。技術はどんどん刷新していってますよ。今の技術を使えばずっと良くなることもあります。せっかく作るんですから、歩く以外の動作もさせたいって思ったりしません
？I reflexively groan. More than just walk. I want to, I really do. I want to see Gunbuild 1 move gallantly like Prez did during Robo 1, with Kai at the controls.
っていやいや、その手には乗りませんよ。うちはガンツク1を絶対に完成させるんです。甘い言葉に惑わされたりしませんから。
Sweet nothings.
そうですか。
Tanoji-san lowers her shoulders in disappointment. But it isn't long before she regains her usual perkiness and smiles.
ちなみにこの1号機をそのまま作り続けるにしても TNSC の施設を使うことは全然問題ありませんから。必要になったら言ってくださいね。
I'm truly grateful for her offer, but I don't have the guts to accept it. I've already rejected their kindness twice now. Am I just being stubborn? Would everyone be more willing to cooperate if we were making a brand new robot? I've been groaning in front of the drink corner for 15 minutes. At the register behind me, Mizuka-san is sighing for what feels like the billionth time.
万引きするつもりなら諦めな。言動が怪しすぎるよ。
She says to me while reading a newspaper.
失礼だな。何を買うか本気で迷ってるんですよ。高校生の小遣いなんてたかが知れてるんです。だから100円たりとも無駄にはできないわけでね。
I'm lying, of course. I'm actually debating whether or not I should ask Mizuka-san about the Committee of 300. If I do, I'll end up having to tell her about the Kimijima reports. But whenever it comes to Ko Kimijima or Irie, Mizuka-san's reaction is kind of scary. So I'm conflicted as to whether or not I should bring it up. But I can't afford to stand here and deliberate forever. To ask or not to ask? That is the question. I take a peek at Mizuka-san again. The steamer up to the side of the register enters my line of sight. In order to get info, I'll have to eat one of those passion fruit buns. As it turns out, that's the deciding factor. Alright, I'll give up on asking Mizuka-san for now. Now that that's decided, my actions are swift and to the point. I grab a bottle of fruit sour melon and take it to the register.
やけにすっきりした顔してるじゃないか。店に入ってきた時のおどおどした様子とは大違いだ。情報はいらないってことかい？
何のことかな？
She can see right through you.
はい。何を隠してる？
水香さんには関係ないさ。
私を怒らせるんじゃないよ。
Gosh, she's terrifying. Her sharp gaze pierces through my body. I'm like a frog being stared down by a vicious snake. What did I do to deserve this death stare? I didn't even say anything.
おや？
Well, hello again. Naitanoji enters the store while I'm still petrified.
ヤシオくんでしたっけ？おはよう。
I'm starting to think she's stalking the robot club.
あ、どうも。
いらっしゃい。JAXA の人？
はい、そうなんです。おととい島に来たばかりで。ヤシオくんはこの店よく利用するの？
まあ。
Saved by the bell. Thanks to Naitanoji's swift intervention, I've been freed from Mizuka-san's Medusa gaze. I was honestly about to cave and spill the beans.
アキホちゃんが寂しそうにしてたよ。ヤシオくん、手伝ってあげればいいのに。
俺はそういうのはしない主義なんで。
More importantly, I can't let this opportunity pass me by. I place some coins on the counter to pay for the drink and rush outside. There's a fancy bike parked in front of the store. Is this one of those mountain bikes? Wait, don't tell me she biked here all the way from TNSC. That's a 50-kilometer trip, give or take. That can't be an easy ride.
私の自転車、気になります？
Naitanoji comes strolling outside, and also it's hitting me how he likes biking too, and that's so sweet, and I love that. Just holding a sports drink.
1日50キロは走るようにしてるんですよ。
That's so sweet.
本当は100キロくらい走りたいんですけどね。それじゃ何が本業かわからなくなっちゃいますから。
その格好で乗ってるの？
本気走りの時はロード用のジャージを着ますよ。でも普段は軽く流すだけだから結構適当。 乗ってみます？
いや、別にいいです。
遠慮しなくていいのに。そうそう、よしおくん、この前はバタバタしてて個別に挨拶できなかったですよね。改めましてよろしくお願いします。
Naitonoji sticks out her hand with no hesitation. I guess she wants me to shake hands? Not quite as on guard with her as I was before, you know, when she was kidnapping us. But she still scares me a little. You know, because she kidnapped us. Keeping those thoughts to myself, I take her hand and shake it.
かい、照れてんじゃないよ。
The automatic doors open, and Mizuka-san pokes her head out to drop her zinger. Then she immediately vanishes. Was she watching the whole time?
確かに顔が赤い。
Tenoji-san inches close to my face, still holding my hand.
自己紹介で握手求める人なんてこんな田舎にはなかなかいませんよ。
I think Akiho's probably the only one.
そうそう、東京でもよく言われました。私はお父さんがフランス育ちだからこうするのが普通だと思ってたんですけどね。あとハグして頬をペタペタする挨拶もしますよ。
Huh.
は？
ペタペタ、私とヤシオくんとでお互いの頬をペタッと。
I'm starting to think she really is a chipmunk. What the hell's going on?
ああ、映画かなんかで見たことある。
やってみます？
遠慮しときます。
ですよね。さっきもアキホちゃんにハグしたらすごく驚かれました。
それはちょっと羨ましいな。
どっちが？
アキホです。
逆じゃないんですか？
It's not quite a hug, but whenever she has an attack, I usually hold her by the shoulders, so...
別に普通かな。
じゃあ私とハグするのも普通でしょ？
Naitonoji starts getting fidgety, like she really wants to give me a hug.
どうしてもやりたいって言うなら俺に勝負
Oh my
して
god,
勝つことですね。
beat me in a match!
何でも言うこと聞きますよ。
勝負？
キルバラです。
I want to learn that she's amazing at Kill Ballad too. That would be great.
ゲーム。じゃあ今度お手合わせしてください。
へえ、強いんですか？
どうかな。一度もやったことないから。
Ow. I was into fighting games 4 or 5 years ago, she says with a sinister smile as she unlocks her bike.
じゃあまた来ます。
Why is sinister
アキホちゃ
smile?
んや他の部員の子たちによろしくです。
And just like that, she blissfully rides off into the distance on her mountain bike. She's fast. Her acceleration is legit impressive. If she can ride that fast in those clothes, she must really be a pro. At the end of the day, I wasn't able to talk to anyone about the Committee of 300. Not all that surprising, considering I don't have that many friends to begin with. I tried to look up the committee online, but all I found was vague info with sketchy sources, etc. etc.
もやもやする。
I can't focus on KB. That's a first. I'm winning, but I'm far from my A game. I'm even dropping combos. Before I read the report, I was on a roll this morning. What should I do? Considered publishing it online, but that'd just mean more noise to sift through. Yeah, I think that's a really bad idea. I'd probably end up dealing with a bunch of trolls and armchair analysts. I get an idea, so I decide to write up an email.
メールは起動して。
My phone droid opens up the email composition screen. Been a while, it's Kaito. I'm messaging you because I want to ask you a question. Not counting on you replying, but have you heard of something called the Kimijima reports? I heard that you knew Ko Kimijima when he was still alive, so I thought you'd know something. Talk to Aki-chan sometime too.
瀬宮美咲宛てにメール送信よろしく。
Message ended up being kind of blunt, but Misane was always down with that. Whether it was via email or phone call, Misane was always a straight shooter. It'll be fine. And as I mentioned in the email, I don't expect her to reply. So then, why did I even send her a message in the first place?
そもそもミサ姉にメール書くなんて何年ぶりかな。
The last one was probably when I told her I joined the robot club with Akio. On the flip side, Akio's apparently been messaging her pretty frequently. After hearing that she never got any replies, I figured it was a waste of time and just naturally stopped. But why doesn't Misane at least respond to her own sister? Is she that busy? Even with all the work she's up to, it'd only take 5 minutes to write something up. Or maybe now that she's in Tokyo, she's completely forgotten about this small island of out of time. Oh? I glanced down at the screen to see who it's from. Misane? Can't believe my eyes.
電話つないで。
No way.
ミサ姉。
しばらく見ないうちにずいぶん大きくなったわね、カイ。
なんで？
Despite my confusion, I can't mask my own joy. My face is lit up. I mean, she's basically my master. It's the rival that I have to beat one day. How can I not be happy that I'm talking to Misane for the first time in 6 damn years?
久しぶり。
It feels extremely weird to be talking to Misane, who is that 1,000 kilometers away from here,
メール読んだわ。
without so much as a greeting. She cuts right to the chase.
送ったばっかりなのに。そもそもこっちからのメールなんて一切目を通してないと思ってた。
全部読んでいるわよ。秋のメールもね。
I know Akio will be thrilled to hear that.
カイがもう何年も連絡をよこさなかったことも知っているわ。
読んでるなら読んでるって言ってほしかったよ。そしたら毎日でも送ったね。
Okay, maybe not every single day.
っていうかさ、聞きたかったんだけど、キルバラのタジリンって。
Really, is that really the priority here?
カイ、
Well, it's Kaito. Of course, it's priority. Misane cuts me off and casts her gaze on me. Whoa, she's scary. When I was little, Misane and Mizuka-san were known for being terrifying when they were angry. Mizuka-san looks like she'd be scary when mad, but Misane usually smiled, so that gap made things worse. Plus, I was constantly bullied by her as a kid, so I'm conditioned to be scared of her in particular. Someone who only knows her as the PR person for Eggske would wet their pants if they saw her true nature.
メールに書いたことは本当なの？
ああ、まあね、宇宙が丘公園で見つけた。ミサ姉は君島公園愛理と面識あったって水香さんに聞いたから。
忘れなさい。
No.
え？
君島レポートのことは忘れて。
No.
これ以上探してはいけないわ。いいわね。
なんで？
関わってはいけないものだからよ。約束して。
そんな頭ごなしに言われても。
もしこれ以上関わるなら、カイ、あなたはきっと後悔することになる。だから。
It's not exactly a reason.
いや、理由を説明。
Cool, good talk. She hung up.
なんなんだよ、一体。っていうか、6年ぶりに話できたのに、近況報告の一つもなしか。
Even after becoming a working adult, she's as straight to the point as ever. You haven't changed a bit, Misane. There were so many things I wanted to ask her, like if she's Tajirin or if she saw us at Robo 1. Anyway. Forget everything, eh? I'll regret it if I get involved any further. I mean, you did, like, quite literally almost die, so... She might kind of have a point. Does that mean Misane is familiar with the Kimijima reports?
随分と中途半端な警告してくれちゃってまあ。
This is just going to have the opposite effect on me. It's like she's asking me to keep digging. But more importantly...
君島公の死について、ミサ姉が何か知ってるんじゃないかって勘ぐっちゃうじゃないか。
The normally deserted field is packed with people today. It's like the entirety of Nakatane Cho is gathered here.
今年もすごい人だね。
June is beaming more than usual, and there's a bit of hop to her step. She's pretty quiet during club as she watches me work, but I guess she likes a good festival as much as anyone else. Today is the Yoira Iki Festival? I don't know how to pronounce that symbol. Yoira Iki means let's all work together in Tanegashima dialect. Apparently I've never used it. But I guess it suits us perfectly.
ロボ部ヨイラーイキ
Yoira Iki!
部長、その言葉言いたいだけじゃないんですか。
Wouldn't doubt it.
何よ、新入部員との親睦を深めようってせっかくみんなで来たのに。
The festival is held at the Central Athletic Park, aka Taiyo no Sato, located near our school. It's close enough that we can actually see the fireworks from the old airport, so I got everyone together.
でも例によってフラウボーは欠席か。
Is she ever not? Okay. Oh, I gotta sneeze. I want to ruffle Kai's hair like I always do when I call him a big jerk, but he's MIA, so I ruffle my own.
っていうかカイはあいつも姿見えないけど。ヤシオくんがコウジロさんを呼びにあのホテルに行ったの。だからまだ来てないみたい。あ、そっか。説得に手こずってるのかな。やっぱり東京に住んでた人はお祭りなんかに興味ないのかも。
That kind of makes me a little sad. I've heard all about Fraubo. How she moved here by herself, hasn't tried to make friends, and hasn't been to school since the second day. Maybe as a Tokyo girl, she doesn't even want to come near us country bumpkins. I think she's just a weirdo.
フルゴーリは
Fundamental issue
ど
with
う
her
見ても人と
character.
のコミュニケーシ
That's
ョンが
funny.
苦手なタイプですよ。
だったらうちらで手助けしてあげるのはどうかな。同じロボ部なんだし。
フルゴーリのお気に入りはヤシオ先輩みたいですから、あの人に任せておけばいいのでは。
Fraubo's fond of Kai? Is it because they're both into fighting games?
じゃあカイに電話してみようかな。
And of course, no matter how many times I ring him up, he doesn't answer. What am I doing?
それより僕も帰っていいですか。こういう慣れ合いは好きじゃないんで。
Friggin' Subaru. Can I leave yet? Subaru then turns the other way and attempts to walk in the reverse direction of the crowd.
じゃあスバルを逃がさないで。
Pin him!
あ、
June freaks out and does her best to grab onto Subaru's arm.
なん
To
で
the
すか。
wall! What did you do?
ごめんなさい。その
謝る前に手を離して。
でもアキホちゃんが
Flustered Subaru is the best Subaru.
捕まえてって。
Technically, she didn't say grab him. She just said don't let him.
なんで揃ってテンパってるの？
Subaru awkwardly pulls himself away from June's arms and finally catches his breath.
別に僕が一緒じゃなくてもいいでしょう。おせっかいですよ部長。大徳先輩も部長の言うことをいちいち聞かなくていいです。
ごめんなさい。じゃあ後輩に敬語なんて使わなくていいって。もっと先輩面してもいいんだよ。そんなこと言われても。日高くんって私なんかよりも全然大人っぽいし。
Subaru once again attempts to flee mid-conversation. This time I'm the one grabbing Subaru's arm.
だから何なんです。
新入部員の親睦を深めるって言ってるじゃん。
We will deepen our bonds whether you like it or not.
僕は幽霊部員ですので、そんな必要はありません。
でもアリバイ作りにはなるんじゃない？
アリバイ？
お父さんに今日出かけていたのは友達とお祭りに行っていたからだって言えるでしょ？
なるほど。
Looks like that worked.
そうだ、スバルにお面買ってあげるよ。
The stall selling masks catches my interest, so I decide to pick one out.
なんでお面？
It's an Uber! Get the Uber!
ねえ、じゃあ何がいいと思う？
Uber, Uber, Oh, I pressed a button.
これはピーマン。
Oh.
それともこっちのウ
Oh,
ーパの
I
方が
pressed.
いいかな。
What? Which button did I press? Oh god. That one. Okay.
こ
Got
の
it. Yes!
戦隊ヒーロー
Get the Uber!
とか。おお、これって懐かしのふざけんじゃ。これにしよう。
Oh, fine. I immediately purchase it and hand it to Subaru as a gift.
部長からのありがたいお裾分けなんだから
You
大
better
事
wear
に
it.
するように。こういうの安くないんだから。
Since I'm not getting an allowance anymore, nor do I have New Year's money, this blew a hole in my wallet.
ほら、頭につけて。
嫌です。
せっかくプレゼントしてあげたのに。
嫌です、絶対に。
Do it!
あくまでアリバイ作りの証拠品としてこれはいただきます。
はっ
That's
きり言う。
fair.
気に入らんな。
Inside the athletic ground, next to the booths, a special stage is set up. There, participants are aloha dancing and yuraiki dancing. People have laid down sheets to prepare for the fireworks show. And of course, there are tons of folks wearing yukata and happy.
今年も浴衣で来られなかったな。
I recall saying something similar when I came last year with Kai.
私、去年は浴衣だったよ。弟たちと毎年来てたから。へえ、弟いるんだ。うん、3人。
That many?
今年もあの子たち3人とも来てると思う。どこかにいるはずだよ。じゃあ紹介してよ。でもなんていうか3人ともこらえ性のないやんちゃ坊主だよ。きっとね、袋叩きにされちゃうよ。私より空手強いし。攻撃的な弟くんたちなんだね。
I force out a laugh and look down at my phone. Just like such a direct, yeah, they'll beat the crap out of you. It's, oh, okay. Kai still hasn't responded. My house is in Minamitane-cho. So up until junior high, coming to this festival was a bit of an adventure. Kai and I rode our bikes all the way over. Then once we bought the one thing we wanted from the festival, we'd leave. After we got into high school, we'd swing by on the way home from school. My freshman year, I came here with Kai and our senpai in the robot club. Last year, it was just me and Kai. Now that I think about it, I guess Kai was always with me when I came here. I don't have many memories of coming to the festival with Misa. Though we did go to the Rocket Festival in Minamitane-cho once. We both wore yukata and everything.
Akiho-chan, 食べる?
I know he's blowing on the takoyaki, but it just, that face on Super cracks me up. Oh, her face too is great. Oh, this is wonderful. Oh my god. June's holding out some steaming hot takoyaki.
いつの間に買ったの？ あ、ごめん。たこ焼き好きだからつい。美味しそう。
That face, I can't. It just, I need, like, I poke one with a toothpick and throw the whole ball into my mouth.
日高くんもよかったら。
どうも。
I burned my mouth.
スバルって純にはやけにそっけないよね。
Subaru blows on his takoyaki repeatedly in an effort to cool it down. He's really going at
もし
it.
かして猫舌？
いけませんか？
So focused. I should leave him be. I glance around aimlessly. Just ahead of us, I spot a familiar face.
あ、ミッ
Oh
チ
my goodness. It's Michi and Nai.
どうかした？
What hell awaits us?
頭低くして。
I lower my head to hide myself within the crowd.
ミッチーと一緒にいるのってジャクサの天のおじさんだよね。
あ、本当だ。
あの二人がなんで一緒にいるんだろう。しかもなんかミッチーってばデレデレじゃない？目尻がドローンって垂れ下がってる。もともと垂れ目だけどいつもの 1.5 倍は垂れてる。どうしたの？
だって長岡田先生の顔、鼻の下を伸ばすって言葉そのままで。
If this is a real thing, I don't know if I can handle it
す
emotionally.
ごく下品な感じ。
あ、でも笑っちゃうのは失礼かも。
そんなところで気を使わなくていいって。
Michi and Tanoji-san seem to be enjoying their conversation as they follow the flow of the crowd. From afar, they look like a bona fide couple.
怪しい。そもそもミッチーはこの前うちらが拉致された時いなかったよね。だからあの二人は面識ないはず。あ、まさか天のおじさんうちが断ったから今度は顧問から怪獣しようって魂胆じゃ。
どうかな。
スバルはどう思う？
He's probably somewhere else. He's not even. He's still talking. I was like, he's focused on something else. He's still blowing on his takoyaki. All right, whatever. I'm seriously just gonna leave him be.
このままじゃまずいかもしれない。
Funny.
天のおじさんに色仕掛けで迫られたらきっとミッチーなんてイチコロだよ。
そうかな。私は長深田先生のことそんなによく知らないからわからないかな。
間違いないって。あ、いや、そもそも色仕掛けをされてることに全く気づかないって可能性もあるけど、でもあの顔を見る限りデレデレになっちゃってるのは間違いない。そうして顧問を骨抜きにしてうちらにガンツクワンの開発を凍結させるつもりなんだ。ジャクサのお姉さんは化け物か。
I'm with Juna. We begin to share a pack of 5 yakitori kebabs as we continue to spy on the pair.
間違いない。ミッチーはこのままだと落ちる。
でもやっぱりこういうの良くないよ。
やられる前にやれだよ。
I turn around to check on my partners in crime. Juna remains hesitant, and Subaru is still blowing on his takoyaki. Oh, nope. He's finally tossed the takoyaki into his mouth, but it's still too hot for him. He's holding back tears. These two aren't going to be much help.
こうなったらうちが出る。
Michi and Tenoji-san are both offering each other the last yakitori kebab. When it comes to rom-coms, this is always the big fateful moment. They both reach for the kebab at the same time, and their hands inadvertently touch, causing them to blush. I must put an end to this charade.
その焼き鳥濃厚。
I confidently march in front of the pair, quickly snatch away the kebab and stuff it into my mouth. Gizzards. Gizzards?
あれ、あきほちゃんたちも来ていたんですね。
なんだ背宮妹、クレイジー張ってやがるな。そんなに砂肝が食いたかったのか。だがな、人の食い物を盗むのはダメだぞ。人によっては警察に突き出されるからな。それとな、食い物の恨みは深いって言葉があるんだよ。覚えとけ。俺豆知識だから。
It's not a pro tip, it's just common sense. Oh, and gizzards are pretty tasty.
危機は去ったみたいね。農合判断をして正解だったよ。っていうか、二人って面識あったっけ？
Congratulations, you've saved the world
学校に
by stealing that
伺
kebab.
ったんですよ。今日はいらっしゃると聞いて。で、ちょうどいい機会だからとお祭りに案内してもらったんです。
いいか、背宮妹、世間にはな、酒の付き合いってもんがある。あるか？
Now that he's right in front of me, I can tell that Michi reeks of booze.
五代先生が天王寺さんを接待しておけば、後々ロボ部に回ってくる。これも。
He is helping in his own nonsensical way, I guess. Says Michi as he makes a ring with his thumb and index finger. Guess he's talking about money.
だいぶ変わってくるわけだ。任せとけ妹。先生が思いっきり接待しておいてやるからな。
Oh boy, he's sloshed. I'm starting to think he just wanted an excuse to drink. Not to mention, I'm pretty sure he can't hold his liquor. Like, at all. He'll probably drink himself into oblivion before she can ever seduce him.
天王寺さん、こんな酔っ払いはほった
I
らかしておいていいですか
I
ら。
just... Stop.
いえ
The concept of Nai seducing anyone bothers me on so many levels. Can't believe she can keep a smile on her face after being dragged around by this drunk. Tenoji-san might actually be really sweet. Then again, I get the feeling that her eyes aren't smiling. The bright lights bloom in the night sky.
綺麗ですね。オーロラが出てるせいで花火がちょっと目立たない感じですけど、こうして見ると花火で夜空を燃やしているみたい。
They're so intense that it's like they're engulfing the entire sky. The sounds of their explosions reverberate all the way to the core of my stomach. After looking up at the fireworks for a moment, I glance down at the screen on my phone droid again. And just as I expected, no response from Kai. I try calling him again, but no luck.
もしかしてサボった？もう帰ったらほんとマイペースなんだから。
Or maybe he's still trying to convince Fraubo to come out. I doubt she'd enjoy this sort of thing anyway, so he should just give up and come meet up with us. We always used to watch the fireworks together, so it's a little lonely without him next to me. I wonder why. It's not just the two of us this year. Jun and Subaru are here too. I have more friends, and yet somehow, deep down, I still feel lonely. Aww. The night sky, already red due to the aurora, is even brighter than usual. The fireworks have begun. I gaze out at them through the window in the hallway. I'm sure there are tons of people cheering and enjoying themselves underneath those fireworks right now. I think I went to go see them with Akiho last year. I've gotten multiple calls from her already, but I don't feel like heading over there. I still can't. You could respond and say that. That drives me nuts. I still can't get over what happened yesterday.
忘れなさい。
I keep thinking about what she meant by that. I can't settle down. At times like this, the only thing to do with to do is empty my mind and play kill ballad. That's why I decided to avoid the crowds and take refuge in the abandoned hotel with us shut-in high school girl.
先輩
Welcome to the meat locker.
準備できた入っても
That sounded creepier than I meant to. Because it's cold. I meant because it's cold.
あんまりジロジロ見ないでね
なんでそんな恥ずかしそうに言うわけ？
Not that I'd be surprised if there was underwear on the floor.
ちょっと妄想再現してみました
Stop. Please stop.
初めてのお泊まり的な
Oh,
今日の俺
God.
なんだかお前の
Cease.
ぬくもりに抱かれて眠りたい気分なんだそれとも俺がお前を抱いてやろうか壊れるくらい激しくな来た
Frow's stupidly hyped as usual.
ふざけてるなら帰るけど。
I see this. Exactly what I was just like, I think I'm gonna go.
ふうなんか外でどんどん言ってるけどなんぞ
花火だよ。
割とどうでもいい
Why'd you ask a question? You're the one who asked.
ランキング2位がオンラインになったお近いうち
Ooh,
に
it's cheater hunting time.
わかったよ。
I return to Frow's room. It's stupidly cold, big surprise. It's also dirty, there's trash everywhere. What are those?
少しはそう
They look like
したら
cigarette packages, but I know that's not what they are. Oh, it's the Pocky. Right.
ドリメイドさん希望のロゼッタタンでもいいかもというわけでロゼッタタン
Stop.
早く二次元から出てくるように
Frow is grinning while she speaks to her phone droid.
前から気になってたけど、そのロゼッタって何？
キルバラやってるくせに頑張れるのメインヒロインの名前ど忘れするとかこのにわかがまあ放映当時も空気ヒロインとか言われてましたけどね私自分のポケコンにロゼッタタンと元気くんのボットを飼ってるんだおロゼッタタン挨拶
こんばんはヤシオさんユウキロゼッタです
I can hear a girl's voice coming from Frow's phone droid.
俺は元気怒涛元気だよろしくな
この声聞いたことあるぞ。
頑張れるの主役とヒロインなわけだがヤシオ先輩の使ってる機体頑張れるに乗ってるの元気くんだし
ああ、そう言われればそんなような気がしてきた。
I don't have the disposition to remember anime character faces and names very well.
で、今喋ったけど。
ボットだから喋らないと始まらないよ
俺の言葉にも反応するわけ？
試してみればいいただしボットは私のだから見せてあげない
She's being really irritating. Why not let me take a look? Whatever, I try speaking to her phone droid.
元気？おっす。
おっす元気一発へへ
へえ、すごいな。ロゼッタ、今何時？
ただいまの時間は午後7時35分ですわ夕食はお済みになりましたか
These are pretty smart bots.
そのボットコナちゃんが作ったの？
どや
She's acting like she just had a huge victory.
こいつらって勝手に話しかけてきたりする？
しないそんなことされてもうざいだけだし
ですよね。愛梨ちゃんに聞かせてやりたいよ。
Rude.
アイリ
呼びましたか
Irie speaks as soon as I boot up Iroh. She's looking at me from within the screen. Frow's eyes widen.
なんぞこれボットどう見ても実写です本当にありがとうございました
Irie is troublesome because she tends to pop up like this. Now I have to explain things to Frau. Wait, I don't have to say anything. I can just let Irie do the talking. And so I tap on her in order to summon Gejine.
レジネーモードに移行します。
ゲジネ、この変態女子に君のこと説明してやって。
わかりました。
ほなちゃん、多分君のポケコンからでもこいつが見えるはず。ヒルを立ち上げてみなよ。
なんだと。
Frau quickly manipulates her phone droid and...
なんというヌルヌルした動き。 60fps どころの騒ぎじゃなくね。 120fps は確実に出てね。つうか完全に実写パネス。
She's totally fixated on her screen. Anyway, I'll leave the rest to Gejine. I check on the kill ballad matching status. Still no luck. This time, Frau provided me with a dedicated phone droid for the cheater hunt. Well, it's not so much for me as it is for Frau's own ease of use. She said she's been messing with the program, customizing it to make it matching faster than before. According to her, number 2 is the only one I can be matched with now. Hanasono, 1991. Currently ranked number 2 on the Kill Ballad leaderboards. Nickname Logger. To tell the truth, I don't think they're skilled enough to be in second place. Whenever I fight them, I don't get the sense that they're all that strong. Don't get me wrong, they're not bad at all. But they play more like someone who should be around rank 100. Yet for some reason, Lady Luck seems to be on their side. Though I know it's not actually just luck. It's more like a terrible environment for playing online games. Every time you fight Hanasono, it's almost guaranteed that you'll experience awful lag during the match. And it's not just 1 or 2 people who've experienced this. Hell, it's not even 100 people. Everyone who's ever fought them, easily over 10,000 players. While I normally lag a lot of the time, in Hanasono's case, there's no lag at the start of the match. Everything is normal at the beginning. But then, midway through the match, the lag begins. There's seemingly no rhyme or reason to the timing. In fact, it's so bad that there's a site dedicated to investigating Hanasono's lag. The strangest thing is that once it goes away, you're the only one who has lost a ton of health. While you're hit by a lag and unable to move, Hanasono can seemingly move freely and beat on their opponent. Thus, no matter how skilled you are, you can't beat Hanasono. The issue is that this is totally beyond the level of, like, super reaction speed. There's no way to deal with it. Apparently, there have been tons of complaints to management about the bad lag. Most people believe that it's caused intentionally via some kind of cheat. The management, aka Frau, agreed and has decided to include them in the cheater hunt. I've been doing image training, building simulations in my head about strategies I can use to face Hanasono. I've concluded that it's still 3-7 in favor of Hanasono. Of course, I'll do my best to kick their ass, but I can't do jack about the lag.
つまり俺の嫁はロゼッタってことですよ。つうか女子キャラは基本嫁。
Is she, like, sharing all this with Irie? Is she talking about her fantasies to this pure AI child?
男子は嫁じゃなくてカプ。この感覚わかる？
エルディ元気ですね。わかります。
Oh boy.
薄い本がたくさん出たな。
Oh boy.
今プレミアで10万超えてるのとかあるをもちろん手に入れましたがね。デュー。
これはひどい。お金を持ってるからってプレミア価格で買うとか本気で腐りすぎている。だがそれがいい。ホモが嫌いな女子はいません。
名言来たこれ。ハゲと。
Oh no. Wait, how are they actually having a conversation? Even Gejine's normal speech patterns have changed. Do they understand each other? I have no clue what they're even talking about. If I keep listening to this alien language, I'm gonna go nuts. A high-pitched sound effect rings out from the phone droid wired to the PC. We've got a match.
来た。
花園の使用機体はボルトバリアンだを。
Browse reverted back to normal. Normal. She starts monitoring the situation on her PC. Bolt Valiant is a super heavyweight power fighter. It's slow, but each blow is heavy. It's normally a weak character or machine, so you don't have to play too carefully around it. Story changes if they can move around freely in a laggy environment.
今回も勝っても負けてもどっちでもいいんでしょ
OK。
Okay. But I plan to win.
Ah! Got it! Yes!
Kaboom!
Hmm. ま、こんなもんかな。この程度だよ、花園はね。2位にいるのが間違いなのさ。コナちゃん、今回こそ証拠を押さえた
Browse operating her PC. PC. She's using an old keyboard, something you don't see much these days. Tapping away with splendid finger movements. Okay, I thought she was the one with the hand fetish. She's groaning again. Does that mean she didn't find any evidence?
勘弁してくれよ。
ロゼッタ、東京の状況。
オールグリーンですわ。
なんで東京組役に立たなすぎだろカス。ああ、イラカベイラカベ。
She punches at the monitor several times, stopping just before hitting it.
なんでこっちのチート検出ソフトに引っかからない？
Weird expression.
まさかこっちの動き読まれてる？いやいやいや、そんなわけないし、ありえんし。だって今の対戦中だってチート技発動してたっつーの。東京組の言い訳は？
東京組のチャットログを表示いたしますね。
はあ、これはひどい。あいつら責任のなすりつけ合いとかしね。
Die, please. They've got a lot of nerve asking me to help with the cheater hunting when they're so disorganized. Once I exit the room, I can hear the sound of fireworks still going outside. I'm all fired up from that match against Hanasono. Usually, I'd play a few random matches to cool down, but I'm really not in the mood.
うわ、燃えるわ。
Frau follows me out of the room. For some reason, she's breathing heavily and looking at me with bloodshot eyes.
廃墟でアンニョイな表情して遠くの花火見る先輩燃えるわ。ちょっと中二病入ってるわ。ちなみに前から思ってたけど制服のシャツの中に T シャツ着るのは論外なんで。
は？
胸元をはだけさせてこそだろう上皇。鎖骨ペロペロしてやんよ。それだけで女子的にはたまらんつうか。
Illegal! Stop it!
いけるので。
ちょっとなんでいきなり人の服のボタンを外そうとしてる
Absolutely
んだ
qualifies as crimes against humanity. Stop it. I hurriedly brush her hands away, and she clicks her tongue.
今日の先輩はいつもよりアンニョイ。はっ、なるほど。さては心に大きな傷を抱えましたな。
She sticks her finger against me.
その心の傷について詳しく。そうしたら私がその傷を指先でグリグリえぐり出してあげるを。傷をえぐられた挙句涙目になった先輩を最後に私がよしよししてあげれば私大勝利。
いいから日本語で話せって。
Maybe I'll get Gejine to start interpreting her. No, none of this actually matters. I sigh and look out the window again. No, you're just gonna set her off again.
お母さんっていつ失踪したんだっけ？
なんで？
どうもね、最近この島ってのどかに見えて実はそうでもないんじゃないかって思えてきてさ。コナちゃんのお母さんのことも絡んでたりするのかなって気までしてきたわけよ。いや今のは忘れて。
なんという思わせぶりな態度。釣られてやる雲。
落ち着け。
To be honest, I previously asked Mizuka-san to look into the whole deal with Frau's mom. And sure enough, Kono Fuduguri's mom was in fact the director of Gun Barrel and went missing in 2015.
ママを見つけるヒントになることなら何でもいいから教えてほしい。前に話したよね。私がこの島に来たのはママの行方の手がかり探すためだって。
Frau's voice is soft, her head low. I can't believe this is the same girl who was going crazy and talking nonsense moments ago. Something about eating rice off my chest? Maybe everything she said is true. Maybe Ko Kimijima and Frau's mom were both pursued by some unknown third party and came upon this island. Is the cat in here? Cat? Did you... How did you do that? Stop that. I swear the door was closed. Oh boy. The island where Ko Kimijima was murdered, Frau's mom disappeared. Even if they're totally unrelated, two people in similar circumstances vanished on this island in a short period of time. Can that really be chalked up to coincidence? They might have something in common. Misane, I've learned too much and not enough. I can't just forget it all now.
君島レポートって知ってる？
君島。
I guess she's never heard of them. So I give her a quick summary. About Ko Kimijima, the Kimijima reports, and their contents. Even after I finish speaking, Frau doesn't take her eyes off the fireworks in the distance. It's about time for them to end. The Yoyori Iki festival doesn't actually have all that many fireworks.
その君島コウって人が死んだ年っていつ？
2010年だっけ、ハイリちゃん。
はい。
ママが最後にこの島で目撃されたのは2015年くらい。5年って結構長くね。
長いね。つまり君島公の死とお母さんの失踪に関連性はないって言いたいわけね。
そんなのわかるわけない。だから君島レポート一緒に探そう。
Stop! Stop that! Calm yourself, little one.
は？一緒に？
別にあんたのために手伝ってあげるわけじゃないんだからね。
何言ってんの？
ツンデレネタのテンプレ台詞だと何度言えば。
笑うところだったわけ
Frau is squirming around embarrassingly.
この島に来て初めて出てきたママの行方につながりそうなヒント。今まで1ヶ月くらい全く何も情報出てこなくてどうしたらいいか困ってたから。釣りだったとしても別に全然問題ないよ。ヤシオ先輩の釣りならむしろ嬉しいし。
Frau's expression is honest. She does that every once in a while. At the end of the day, I can tell she still loves her mom. But helping me look for the Kimijima reports?
少し考えとくよ。
And before I realize it, the sounds of fireworks are gone. I guess the festival's over. Are you serious? Stop. I'll meet up with Akiho and go home. As for why I didn't go to the festival, I'll just put the blame on Frau for that. Okay, I'm done. Cat needs attention. Really? You will have your attention in a moment, little one. Calm yourself. Alright.